Alana Quest, and welcome to the Black Corner. We haven't been on this corner in such a long time, so I'm so happy that you joined me on the Black Corner. And if you are new to the Black Corner is a space where I just come and celebrate Black history is American history. I celebrate Black figures. I celebrate civil rights activists. I celebrate, I talk about the history that's being whitewashed in the schools. Like, this is where it goes down if you want to know the real history. And that is what we do here at the Black Corner. If you are not familiar with the channel, there is also the Quest Show, where my co-host and my co-host is Honor, on Thursdays at 8 p.m. break down the news cycle, or we discuss a particular topic, whether it be freedom to choose, whether it be politics, midterms, just the crazy things that are happening throughout the week, the crazy things that these politicians are saying, the great things that Biden is doing. We just go over those things on the Quest Show on Thursdays at 8. So please subscribe to this channel so you do not miss any of the great content. Every now and again, I do come and I do some random thoughts as well. So please subscribe to this channel. It's going to be some great content, and soon we're going to have some more great guests. Over the summer, we've kind of stopped doing the guests because people's schedules were on vacation. There's a lot going on. So that's that. On today, I have the pleasure of discussing one of my favorite people in Black history, John Morton-Finney. You are going to see why he is my absolute favorite. I have a couple more, but his story is just truly amazing. So without further ado, we're going to get into John Morton-Finney. John Morton-Finney was born in 1889 in Kentucky. His father was a former slave and his mom was a free woman. Pay attention to when he was born. It was 1889. John Morton-Finney was born in Kentucky to a former slave and a free mom. His parents taught their 7 children the value and importance of education. He was only 14 when his mom died, but it stuck with him, the value of education. And again, remember, this is in 1889. His dad was a former slave. So this was still back in a time. I mean, it's 2020, and they still don't want Black folks to really have an education because you're considered uppity. But 1889, 1890s, early 1900s, they definitely did not want you to have an education. They did not want you to have the good jobs. They did not want Black people to have anything. These people were still butthurt that slavery ended, right? They were out here kicking Black people out of whole states because they were pissed off that there was no slavery, that they could not enslave people, enslave humans now. So they were pissed off. So during that time, it was still a tough time. However, Morton-Finney decided to join the military. He was a Buffalo Soldier. And if you don't know who the Buffalo Soldiers were, they were an elite Army unit of Black soldiers in World War II. Maybe I'll do a Black history fact about the Buffalo Soldiers so that you'll know how badass they were. Not only was he a military man, a Buffalo Soldier, he was a lawyer, he was a humanitarian, he was an educator, and he was an activist by the time that he died. Listen to all of the things that John Morton-Finney taught. And actually, I'm saying John Morton-Finney. He's actually Dr. John Morton-Finney. Listen to everything that he taught in high school. He taught Greek. He taught Latin. He taught German, Spanish, and French, all in the Indianapolis public schools, including the Crispus Attucks High School. So he taught in high school. He also taught at HBCUs. I don't know if they were called HBCUs when he taught, but he taught at black colleges as well. So this is just the beginning of his life. So now he was in the military. He was a Buffalo soldier. He fought in World War One. He came out. He taught at black colleges, and then he taught at He taught in the Indianapolis public school system. He taught a myriad of things. He taught Greek, Latin, German, French. So if he's teaching these things, it actually means that he has learned how to speak those languages. If he's teaching those languages, I'm assuming that he knows how to speak those languages. I mean, so just keep that in context. Like, remember this till we get to the real meat of who Dr. John Morton-Finney is. He taught Greek, Latin, German, Spanish, and French. So that means that he could speak all of those languages. Dr. John Morton-Finney earned 12 degrees in his lifetime, including a law degree. That's not even the great part about Dr. John Morton-Finney. Dr. Finney practiced law until the age of 106. I am not 106. However, I can't even remember my kids' names half the time. He practiced law until he was 106. I walk into one room and I go, why am I in this room? I've found keys in various places of the house that I've put down and didn't know. Sometimes I hide stuff in places like, okay, put it there so you know exactly where it is. It disappears. Just because someone walks away and it goes into another spot. Who am I kidding? I forget. Anyway, so at the time of his death, which was 108, he's 108, when he died 2 years after he stopped practicing law. Maybe if he kept practicing law, he would have kept living. That's kind of interesting. Like, he died 2 years after he stopped practicing. Dr. Finney is believed to be the longest practicing attorney in the United States of America. He is buried in Indianapolis alongside his wife and his daughter. In 2000, the Indianapolis Public School Board honored Dr. Finney for his 47 years as a teacher. Like, how did he have... I guess because his life is so long, because I'm thinking, like, how was he a teacher for 47 years? And then he was also practicing law some of them years. Like, my goodness, how did he do it all? Because he practiced law for about 85 years. And here it is. It's like he was 47 years as a teacher. So he must have been teaching as well as practicing law. At some point, he was doing them simultaneously. So anyway, the Indianapolis Public School Board honored him by renaming the Center for Educational Services to the Dr. John Morton-Finney Center for Educational Services. He was also honored in 2014 by Indiana University. They named one of their residential homes after him. Lastly, as you heard, Dr. John Morton-Finney has a long legacy of learning, of living, of giving back, of activism, of teaching, of being a humanitarian. I mean, 108, he died. So there was a lot of years of just learning, living, and giving. I want to read a quote from him because this is what he lived by, because his parents lived by it, and this is how we're going to end the Black Corner. I never stop studying. There's always lots to learn. When you stop learning, that's about the end of you. Dr. John Morton-Finney. Rest in power, sir. You had a long, wonderful life. And that's it for the Black Corner. Please like, share, subscribe to this video, to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you and have a good night.